Good afternoon. Today I will be presenting my homework for today's session. It's titled Reglasyon on Dignified Menstruation. So let me just talk about what reglasyon is. So reglasyon is what we informally call ourselves or what we named our group chat. And by we, I mean my students who also participated in last year's Women's Month activity for Dignified Menstruation PH. So when I got invited to be the resource speaker, I invited them because they also have a paper on menstruation. And I think that it would be exciting for them to be able to also share what they've done. So regla is a term, a Tagalog term for menstruation, and relasyon is relationship. So we married the two terms to come up with this. So reglasyon is about building a community through shared menstrual knowledges to fight hegemonic menstrual beliefs and practices harmful to menstruators. So that's why we came up with that term reglasyon. So this is the activity that we participated in last year. So it's that. So Global South Coalition for Dignified Menstruation, PH. So this is the paper I presented. And then this is the paper they presented. So Conversation on Menstruation, the Filipino Perspective, and then Bloodstain, a study on the menstrual experience of university students in Metro Manila. So these are my students. So let me just talk about their majors. So Jeza is a creative writing major. Lauren is a psychology major. Trix is an international studies major. Raya is also a psychology major. And Riddle, who is not here because she hosted the event, is a mass communications major. So they were the ones who actually helped me come up with a better project. When I say better, because what I just initially wanted was a podcast of them talking about what about their experience last year when we participated in Dignified Menstruation PH's activity for Women's Month. And then I asked them for suggestions, and what they suggested was writing prompts and journal prompts because it reaches a bigger audience, and the project can actually be a continuous project where when one stumbles upon it, they can contribute. But of course, what I'm going to present now is sort of like the finished product of the initial responses that we got from the short amount of time we had. So here we read what the pandemic has shown, and that is to maximize the online platforms that are available. So what we did was we opened a Google Doc where and that's where we consolidated all the responses, and then the public platform where anyone can participate were done through their social media accounts. So there, and then we played to our strengths, and that is using the students' majors to actually come up with this journal. So they helped me in laying out this short zine that we have. And then they were the ones, because I don't have a social media, they were the ones who posted the prompts online and engaged their classmates as well to get more responses. So that. So what happened was I talked about the assignment that I had, and if we can come up with, like I mentioned, if we can come up with a project um that can actually, you know, to come up with a project that can actually bring about responses from other people, so that we sort of like get the pulse of um what is happening now in terms of menstrual discrimination, sexual violence, and all those things. So we came up with these questions. So, what's one thing you wish you knew before you started menstruating? What's one thing you want to teach young girls? So, I think one thing when I did a post production meeting with my students is that it's actually nice that for the first time, because they were the ones that did the research on menstruation, that for the first time they're actually the ones responding to the questions that um, they have written before. And then this one would be the questions I gave them uh, just to talk about their experience of last year's dignified menstruation PH engagement. So these are some of the some of the responses. I will share you the link to the zine that we have created. So there. And then I said, like, can we make a more inclusive, and inclusive as in like, let's include all kinds of women. And this is the dedication they came up with, which I agree with. So this is the cover. I prepared a short video just for you to see the entire zine. Let me just get that for you. So I took a video of the zine that we made. This is it. So these are the prompts. So that is what I came up with for this assignment. Thank you.